Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. A very warm welcome to this enrichment session. I'm Toastmaster Nupur Saklecha and pleased and proud to be your sergeant at arms. As sergeant at arms, I will share with you a few online policies. We request everyone follow for the sake of smooth meeting experience. Please rename yourself as put on general chat to help the Zoom master spotlight appropriately. All Toastmasters not playing any role. Please prefix TM to your name. All other guests, please prefix your name with guest. Please take 10 seconds for this activity. Please put on silent mode your phone and all other devices and remove any other distraction around you. Please take 5 seconds to do so. Please keep your audio mute throughout the meeting and unmute your microphone only when you are invited to speak. Please keep your video camera on. Speakers certainly feel nice to see people's face. Please avoid unnecessary movement or sipping or drinking or eating when your video is on. Please turn on video only when you have to step away or eat. Please do not type in general Zoom chat box when speaker is speaking as it distracts the speaker. You may type message to a specific person via Zoom chat. During the keynote speeches, timer will show green virtual background at 30 minutes, yellow at 35 minutes, and red at 40 minutes. If you have questions to the speaker, please key in and send your question to Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. Toastmaster Girija, can you keep your virtual hands up? Please note that this meeting has been recorded. Please stay back of network after the meeting. I am glad to share here the mission of Toastmaster. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. It has been but natural that the Toastmaster international community is a quite large, with over 280,000 members, is more than 14,000 club across 149 countries and is going strong for the last 100 years. Contributing to this tradition of growing leaders in our Eloquent Elite Toastmaster Club, I am happy to introduce the presiding officer of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas. He is the coach and creative thinker and love organizing program for children and teens. He has been Toastmaster since 2019. He founded St. Paul Toastmaster Club Badin and held various positions as VPE, VPM, and President. He was founder and counselor at St. Paul Gavadian Club too. He has telecom and IT experience in India and Middle East for more than 2 decades. We are proud that he is the leader of our club in 2025-26. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Nupur, for that warm welcome. Wow, we set the stage already for what is expected to come in, and I'm eager to see what's in store for us today. And and also taking this moment to recognize the presence of the keynote speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Christopher, all the way from Qatar. I'm not going to take the surprise away. Let's wait for what he has got to say to us. So let me call meeting 88 to order. Before I begin, can I call any of the members of Eloquent Elite Toastmasters Club to... Before that, let me call the Vice President Education, Toastmaster Girija. Are there any apologies to the agenda?
No. everything is as it is.
We are good to go. Fantastic. We have a vibrant Vice President Education set everything all right, and the agenda will also be shared in the chat box shortly, along with the wonderful virtual background that you can see designed by none other than our VP Education Toastmaster Girija herself. So, big round of applause for that. Now, since we don't have any apologies to the agenda, can I call any of our members to kindly propose the adoption of the agenda and someone to kindly second the adoption of the agenda?
Toastmaster Darsh, I would like to propose the agenda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darsh. Can someone second?
I second it.
All right. Toastmaster Dr. Deepak has seconded that. Thank you so much. We move forward to our meeting in that sense. There was a young boy named Albert. When in his fifth standard, he showed a lot of signs of not able to correlate what the teachers used to teach him in school. Certain practices, processes, procedures, he was not able to grasp it. Certain subjects like maths, science came out of his mind. He was not able to get it. The teachers used to tell few things to him specifically, goes from 1 year, goes out. This went on for several months, and once the teacher sent a letter to his mom, Mrs. Pauline. And when his mom saw the letter, she had tears running down her eyes, and she called her son, Albert. And Albert said, Mom, why are you crying? And mom, reading the letter, she said to her son, the school is not able to cope up with your intelligence. They want you to be homeschooled, or they want you to go to a better school. Don't worry, my son, maybe you will lose some friends, but you will gain more. Years later, this boy became one of the greatest scientists in the 19th century, the person who founded theory of relativity. That boy, Albert, is none other than Albert Einstein. Years later, when his mom passed away, he went back to his home and found that small box which was under the bed for many years. And as he opened that box, he found that letter which his teacher wrote to his mom. And as he looked at it, not surprised, not shocked, but tears running down his eyes. Because what that letter was written was that your son, Albert, is not able to grasp subjects. He is backward in learning. He cannot be taught in this school. Please teach him yourself. That was the actual words written in that letter. And what he said once, words have power. My dear friends, his mother changed that perspective into something different. Only the words that she had spoken. How many of us in our day to day lives, be it in our home, at school, in the playground, because I can see a lot of cavaliers here as well, or in our office when we face our boss or colleagues, have you heard, good for nothing? You can't do it. You're not capable. Can we be that person who can change? You are able to do it. It is possible with you. Can we be that Mrs. Pauline with the words that can change each and every one of us to become that great person in us? I'll leave that thought to each one of you here so that we can, as a unit, as a close fraternity group of people whose voice, words matter. And this is why a person nearly 100 years ago, not for his benefit, but for a group of few people whom he noticed, they were not able to climb the corporate ladder. because of their vocabulary, because of their communication skill, started something in US in a place YMCA. Today, 100 years from then, you and I are able to correlate, to communicate, to collaborate because of that one man's vision who is alive even till today. Ladies and gentlemen, that person is none other than Ralph C. Smedley, founder of Toastmasters International. He started that to help a few people in elevating their public speaking, communication, and leadership, and see where we are today. 148 countries, 200,000 plus members, 17,000 clubs. You and I are part of this successful vision. The word that he spoke that day, 100 years ago, is alive in us today. Can we become a Mrs. Pauline to others as well? There are a couple of guests present over here. There are probably more than 17 of them that I counted so far. So I would love to talk to each and every one of you, and I would love to give this platform to introduce yourself. But for the sake of time, what I would request that each and every one of you stay behind after our keynote speech and the table topic session is done. Stay behind for a few minutes so that we all can talk to each other, see each other. We will definitely keep that Zoom link open so that we can share your ideas, feedbacks, and thoughts. So, welcoming all the guests, Gaveliers, Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters for this particular meeting. Now, I have to hand over this baton to a person who is going to drive the ship forward. He is an electronics engineer by degree, a PhD in human resource. I have communicated a lot with him, and I see him touch with people and in the corporate office very closely because he was being a chief HR officer by profession. He is currently the chief HR officer at Soft Polynomials that offers high quality in the IT education domain, mastering e-governance and e-content and providing software development services. I have heard him also sing some Bollywood songs. So he not only can wire up a circuit, decode office drama, but have enough battery to sing the heartbreak song in perfect Kumar Sanu style. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to help me welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dr. Deepak Deshpande. Over to you.
I am so overwhelmed. Thank you for those good words. But today we have a wonderful speaker. So without much ado, let me introduce you. An Indian at heart, global in spirit, distinguished Toastmaster Christopher Almeida, better known as Chris, a force to be reckoned with in both the tech and Toastmasters work. With over 2 dynamic decades as IT director at DHL Express Qatar, he is a powerhouse of passion, purpose, and performance. A proud traveling Toastmaster. You will always spot him with either the Toastmasters Magazine or his ever-present DHL branding gear. Born in Mumbai and brought up in Qatar, Chris is a computer science graduate from Mumbai University and the first DTM from Konkan Toastmasters Club. His journey in Toastmasters spans 17 vibrant years, filled with countless awards, leadership roles, and legacy initiatives, including Qatar's first ever Toastmasters Open House. A proud Triple Crown achiever, 5 times over, he is currently working towards his second DTM and a 6th Triple Crown by 2026. Known for living the belief that his blood group is B+, is be positive. Chris brings unmatched energy, soulful smiles, good vibes, and a contagious zest for life. He champions the fit to lead lifestyle, having clocked 558 plus consecutive days of fitness activities and participating in marathons, ultra marathons, and personal fitness challenges. From inspiring new clubs, conducting HIT workshops across District 116 to mentoring leaders globally, Chris truly believes in doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. Not just a tech wizard, he was awarded the Stevie Award 7 years in a row. He is named one Qatar's top 50 IT leaders. He is also a family man blessed with two lovely daughters, Alia and Amaya. A beautiful story that began with an angry DHL customer who became his wife, Rebecca. Wow. A passionate recycler, gardener, and a kite flyer, he is DHL's first fit for work, fit for life ambassador in Middle East and North Africa, and a proud program advisor at the University of Doha of Science and Technology, helping build over 60 future IT leaders. Currently active in 3 clubs and coaching a fourth, Chris is focused on uniting clubs under the spirit of one team, one dream. Whether he's building teams, flying kites, or conquering podiums, he leads by example, proving that consistency, humility, and passion are the ultimate ingredients for extraordinary impact. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you distinguished Toastmaster Christopher Almeida.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and honorable guests and cavaliers. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whichever part of the world you are. Firstly, let's start off by giving a big round of applause to Dr. Deshpande. Let's give him a big round of applause for that wonderful introduction. Doctor, you really taken me to cloud 9. Now, let's begin. I would like to start off this session by expressing my gratitude to Dr. Girija Deshpande for having me at this wonderful, eloquent, elite Toastmasters Club, delivering a module on etiquette essential for international interaction. So my heartfelt gratitude towards you, Girija. Everybody can see my screen now? So let's get started. What can anyone talk about? What does this word etiquette mean? Anyone? Unmute yourself. What does this word mean? Manners. Thank you. Good.
It is
What else?
how you present yourself in an audience.
Wonderful. Thank you. Brilliant. Anybody
The
else?
original meaning was keep off the grass. What you should not do, off the grass.
Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
when King.
Someone has done some research. Good.
Thank you.
Anybody else? No. Okay. So you all are right. Let me get this moving. Yep. So you can see my screen, right? So this is the word cloud. Girija, is the screen visible? Yes. So
It's very
rules, behaviors, this word, the rules have been changing. Now, this word originates from French. It started in 1750s. It was adopted into English. And this rules or etiquette has been changing over the period of time. So I've been with Toastmasters for over 18 years. And over this period of time, I've seen so many things that are done incorrectly at Toastmasters meeting. And I would like to share my experience with a wonderful audience like you present today. So before we get started, let's pronounce this word correctly. Can we all try it out? It's not etiquette, it's not etiquette, it is etiquette. Can we all try it out? Come on.
Etiquette.
Etiquette. Yes.
Etiquette.
Lovely. So
Etiquette.
let's move. Who is this personality?
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa, yes. And why she's so famous?
Because of
Painting from
painting.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Enigmatic
Leonardo.
smile.
Most beautiful painting.
Beautiful painting. What else?
Or
Beauty.
enigmatic smile.
From any angle.
Absolutely. Yes. The
No
smile.
eyebrows.
No eyebrows. Okay. Smile. Smile is where you connect. So as a public speaker, when you're in front of an audience, make sure your hands are at the side. You give a lovely smile to your audience. It's very important. Smile connects with all your audience present here. So remember this, Mona Lisa, make sure that you smile. They say that your smile is your logo, right? So remember, always smile. Don't keep a grumpy face with front of the audience. Don't look down. Don't look at the side. Look at the audience and give a lovely smile. They say it takes 72 muscles to frown, only 14 to smile. So smile generously. Next. How many of you have heard about this rule 73855 rule? Anyone? Okay, I can see a couple of hands. So let me tell you what this rule is all about. This rule was introduced by Dr. Albert Mehriaban, who is an Armenian national born in Iran. So he came up with this communication theory, which says 7% of our communication happens through spoken words, 38 is through voice and tone, 55% happens through body language. Now, if I tell you, who is this?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan. Who is this?
Bachchan.
Amitabh Bachchan. Absolutely. See, you are able to connect because of body language. So as a public speaker, my question to you is, what is your body language? How do you communicate with the audience? Today, if you see a presiding officer, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh, you see he had a panache when he came front of the audience. The way he was speaking, he was talking about this wonderful story about this Pauline. He had his own style. What is your style? Always remember this rule 73855. 7% of our communication happens through verbal, 93% of our communication happens as non-verbal communication. Very important aspect. Has everyone seen a stage or has been on a stage? Yes, I believe so. Can anyone tell me where have you seen a stage? In schools, college?
Everywhere.
Yes.
Schools, colleges, auditoriums.
Auditorium, yes, brilliant. Thank you. Good, everybody's familiar. What is this?
Podium.
Girija, I want others to take answer. Yeah, I know Girija is a VP Education, right? She's the backbone of Toastmasters meetings, so she knows all. Okay, let's look out. Gabby,
We have
yes,
Frank saying it's a dais.
Nice, okay. Anybody else would like to give it a shot? Okay, this is podium. The word podium comes from Latin origin, podiatric, remember this, or rostrum. So this is slightly shorter than the stage. It's just 1 or 2 steps and you're on the podium. Okay, there is a difference between stage and podium. Often people get confused. So when you're the Toastmaster of the day, as a speaker, remember the difference between stage and podium. What is this? A lectern, right? Now, I have put my creativity hat and got a lectern done here. So let me move it here. So, okay, so this is the lectern here. Is it visible? Brilliant. So this is a lectern made of egg tray. Yeah. Now, oftentimes I've seen when you are at the lectern, speaker always stands at the side. Never do that. Never do that. Never come at the side of the lectern. Always have this pose. One hand in the front, one hand back. And this is a confident pose and how you speak at the lectern. You're always at the lectern or behind the lectern. You're never on the lectern. Remember this. You're always on the podium. Okay. Oftentimes, also I've seen people leaning on the lectern. Never do that. This is absolutely big no-no. Always confidently stand. This is the pose that you give at the lectern. Are you all with me? Brilliant. Now, next. What is this?
Gavel.
Hammer.
Gavel, not hammer. It's often people use it as hammer. Never say hammer, it's a gavel. So today I've got a golden gavel.
Gavel.
Who is the gavel? The president. It's a symbol of responsibility. And the president should use it very generously, bang this gavel loudly. So make sure you do that. Oftentimes you don't even hear this. Now, if you want to know, every tap of a gavel means something. And if you want to know more about it, look out for this book, The Robert Rules of Order. I encourage you all to read this book because this will tell you about different aspects. When do you use one tap? When do you use a double tap? When do you call a recess? Because today, if you see, when the meeting started, we used the parliamentary procedure, right? You've seen our president asked, somebody has to adopt as well as support the motion. So this is very important aspect. So make sure you read about this book, Robert's Rule of Order. This will give you more insight about this. And only the president uses this gavel. So clear, it's not a hammer, it's a gavel. Many meetings you go and there is no gavel. It's absolutely a shame. You should have the gavel, and the sergeant at arms is responsible to make sure this gavel is there. So far, everyone is with me, enjoying. I can see our president nodding, thumbs up, good. Okay, applause. Now, I often ask our audience, any doctors in the room, but I know I've been introduced by a lovely doctor today. My good friend, distinguished Toastmaster Melvin Butelo once told me, the body has got 340 pressure points, 28 are in your palm. Now you'd be wondering, if any guest joining a Toastmaster meeting, why are these people applauding every now and then? Let me tell you, the reason we applaud is first to encourage our speaker because of the effort, that he or she has prepared, taking to come forward and deliver this lovely session or come forward and interact with you. And after the person has spoken, again, we applaud to recognize the competence that has been showcased. So always be generous in your applause. And why do we applaud? We applaud because, you feel happy, enthusiastic, energy. If you have health issues, if you see in school, children applaud a lot because it makes your brain sharper. So don't you think I deserve a big round of applause? Can I have a big round of applause? Okay, I can see some few hands. Okay, good, wonderful. Thank you. So applause, it's very important. You feel, see, if you look at Toastmasters, they're all looking fit, right? So applauding is absolutely essential and critical. And it should continue from the speaker when the speaker starts from the speaking area. I often say your speech starts from the time you get up from your seat. The way you stand, walk towards the speaking area, your speech has already started. Handshake. Very important aspect in Toastmasters, and very critical. Now, do you know how did handshake started? In the good old days, there used to be skabad. Now, I don't have a sword. I've got this khanjar, the Omani khanjar. So it used to be kept at the left-hand side, right? So if you are at peace, you put your hand forward. That's how handshake started. If you're at war, you use this. Now, oftentimes, I ask a volunteer to come forward and, we do this session. Now, when you are performing a handshake, make sure that the person is 1 to 1.25 meters close to you, not very far, not very close as well. Make sure you give your hand and it's 2 to 3 seconds. That's it. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Don't go too close. Don't go. Sometimes recently you would have seen some high profile figures. They'll put your other hands and, again to a tap. That shows power. In Toastmasters, 2 to 3 handshake, 2 to 3 up and down is perfect. Now, never sit down and give a handshake. Never do that. Always stand and make sure that you have this handshake done. Now, this part of the region, the Middle East that we come from, is often, we need to be careful. We need to understand certain culture. Some of them are not okay with handshake. So what do? We keep our hand slightly on our chest and perform a slight bow as an acknowledgement. Not too much bow like the Japanese, slight bow, and that's it. Just that you are handing over control. And sometimes you're not aware of this and you realize that, okay, what do I do? Make sure if somebody's given a hand and you're not accepting it, use the Indian style of namaste. I bow the person towards within you, right? So namaskar or whatever they say. So make sure you use these techniques. Now, if you have somebody at a higher profile, at a higher authority, he puts his hands first for the handshake. Always remember this. Oftentimes, again, I've seen many people, 2-3 people are speaking, and between a conversation, somebody will come and put their hands forward. Never do that. Make sure that you make your presence felt, and then you provide your hands forward for a handshake. Very important. Now, in Toastmasters International Magazine, in 2015, there was an article written where they showed different types of handshake: the bone crusher, the stiff arm thrust, the socket wrencher. Now, if any of you in this audience are performing this kind of infamous handshake, be mindful. You have an opportunity to improve. Be mindful of this. It's very important. Are you all enjoying? Are you with me? Yes? Good. How many of you know driving? Show of hands, reactions, please. I would really appreciate that. Okay, 1, 2. So when you get into the car, what is the first thing that you do? Unmute yourself. What do? You get into the car. What is the first thing you do?
We keep the key
Okay, next.
on.
Well,
Okay, you'll check the
We
mirror,
use-
you'll use the seat belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
First, we fix the seat belt.
Yes, absolutely. So as a public speaker, when you have a mic in front of you, never ignore it. Very often this happens. The club has got good audio visual, but the speakers will refuse using it. They'll just put the mic down. Never do that. So how do you hold this mic? So see, this is the distance on how you hold this mic. Is this clear? This is the distance while you use this mic. Oftentimes the speaker always keeps the mic here. And you as an audience, what are you doing? Mic up. Never do that. This is the distance. Always use this. Never push this away. This should be your go-to thing when you are in front of an audience. Never ignore it. Okay, I can see somebody's hand raised. Is there a question? I think we're going to take some questions later. Okay. Now, when you call upon the speaker, if there is a distinguished Toastmaster, never call him as DTM. Always call upon Distinguished Toastmaster Christopher Almeida. Then the speech title, Etiquette. Then again the speech title, Etiquette, Distinguished Toastmaster Christopher Almeida. So this is the flow that we need to follow. And when you call upon the speaker, always make sure that you call upon the evaluator first. Why the evaluator? Because evaluator will read out the purpose statement. Call upon Distinguished Toastmaster Renosh, can you read our first speaker's purpose statement? So Renosh gets up, he speaks, he gives the purpose statement, gives them a round of applause, and then we focus on the speaker. Always the evaluator and then the speaker. Okay, introduction. Wow, today I think Dr. Deepak did a marvelous job. I was at Cloud9, the way he introduced me. You know, it was so nice, so personalized. It was a wonderful job. And I think the best person to do this role today. So introductions, if you want to write or know more about introduction, there is a lovely educational module on this, creating introduction. I encourage you to look out for this manual. It is really beneficial. It will tell you a few steps on how can you write introduction. Introduction are also speeches. And to prepare introduction, you need to give some content, right? So the speaker has to give some content. Otherwise, how someone is going to prepare? So there is a form as well, which you can fill and submit to the Toastmaster of the day. Always the evaluator first and then the introduction. Now, why do I say that? Imagine you introduce a speaker, like today, Dr. Deepak introduced me, and suddenly he stops and the focus goes on somebody else. Now, I was all ready with my 56-inch chest ready to fire up, but suddenly that focus is shifted from me to somebody else. Introductions are to pump up the speaker. So let's dwell a few minutes on introduction. Now, these are some word clouds that you could use on introducing speakers. Always make sure that the approach is appreciative. You know, it's welcoming. The length is good 30 to 45 seconds. Max 2 minutes. Don't go overboard, then it gets too boring. Delivery, rehearse, practice. It's very important, especially the names. Let's say you have to introduce somebody as Prasad Varu Savithana. Now, this name is easy for me because I've practiced. But somebody who's trying it first time in front of an audience, it might be very difficult. So rehearse, practice, and clarify. Imagine if I say that Philomeno Elvis, he's got wonderful leadership skills. He is an admin of only 15 WhatsApp groups. Now, I know Philomeno, he would take this in a positive way. But if somebody who doesn't, it might be a big no-no. So clarify, can I include this in your introduction? Can I remove this? Can I add this? Talk about this. Now, this is an introduction of one of a famous personality here in Qatar, distinguished Toastmaster Sunny Varghese. Now, I can go on introducing him, but benefit of the time, I will skip this. But if you look at this introduction, the ones highlighted in red are slightly overdosed. It's overwhelming. So you need to avoid doing this. It's too much of exaggeration. Too much. If Sunny would be here listening to this introduction, he's bald, probably he would look out for his comb, so you're pumping that personality. So this is very important that you need to be mindful of. Again, don't upstage the speaker. Don't reveal the speaker's speech details. Don't surprise the speaker. And avoid cliches. What are cliches? This speaker doesn't require any introduction. Without any further ado. Never do that. Avoid the cliches. And don't keep the speaker's name at the last. It will be like a surprise. Oh, is it me? I was thinking it was me, but it was somebody else. So these are the few tips that you could look out for your preparation as while you introduce the speaker. Now we have different core values in Toastmasters: integrity, service, respect, and excellence. Now, when you have introduction, this is an opportunity to put one of the core values, that is respect, into action. Now, how do you introduce? So if I have got a event like this and I have a local dignitary like government official, they should be introduced first. If there is a Toastmaster officer who is currently serving as a board of director, they should be on the second. And international directors, they should be third. So this is the protocol that you need to follow. Region advisor, past international presidents, past region advisor, past district governors, now they are directors, and current district leaders. So this is how you follow this. This is a very important aspect on how you follow the flow. Okay, manuals. So good old days. Now we got a new program, which is called as Pathways. In the good old days, we used to have communication and leadership, 2 parts. So when you come for meeting, make sure you bring those manuals. Now, I know Toastmasters International is looking at bringing the old successful club series all back into action and incorporating them in Pathways. So look out for this. These are some manuals which I encourage all of you to look for. The Navigator, Toastmaster Wears Many Hats. These are wonderful documents. This should be your go-to document. Toastmaster gives you so much of resources, but we are not making use of this. Use this. How do you speak? How do you focus on your voice modulation? Reach out for these wonderful models. They are good resources. Now, I would like to acknowledge we have Philomeno Alves, who was president of Konkan Toastmasters, one of the thriving clubs here in Qatar. When he was the club president and I was the VP Education, he gave me this lovely padfolio, Toastmasters International padfolio. And he went an extra mile where he, engraved my name as well, Christopher Almeida, public relation. And every Toastmasters meeting I go, I carry this so proudly because it has got a Toastmasters brand. And also when I go for every meeting, I carry a lot of notes. How many of you are sitting here at today's meeting with a pen and paper making notes? Show of hands, reaction, please. Renosh, are we having a lot of them? Okay, I see Renosh raising hands. Okay, good. Brilliant. Make notes, capture. You never know what you can take from every meeting. And if you are borrowing somebody's pen, make sure you return it. During contest time, I have lost a lot of pens. Yeah, I can see somebody laughing. So yeah, it's very common. Time management is life management. Very, very important aspect. On time is absolutely late. If the meeting starts at 6:30, you have to be ahead of time. And as a Toastmaster of the day, you should make sure that you ask after every segment, after the prepared speech segment, are we on time? Why? Because when the table topic comes for the second segment, he knows that, okay, we are running 5 minutes behind schedule. So I need to cut down on my talk. So I request the Toastmaster of the day focus on time and never take a timer very lightly. Feedback. So this is a wonderful document paper here, the ballot paper. Everybody gives feedback. It's not only the evaluator who gives feedback, everybody. So make sure that we cover this feedback. 1 minute silence is absolutely critical. If you are having an online meeting, get that. Now today we've got 26 audience. I would love their feedback. So please write in your feedback and send it to me digitally, because this is a safe place to make mistakes and learn. So make most out of this opportunity. So this is also important. There are different role players, general evaluator, everybody should get feedback. Okay, evaluator. Now, when you are at a Toastmasters meeting, oftentimes I see the evaluator comes in and speaks anything and everything. No, absolutely no. An evaluator always evaluates the speech, not the speaker. And he has to follow these criteria, because in Toastmasters, we follow the pathways program, and I'm going to come out to it in a bit. Now, if you look at this evaluation sheet, there are certain aspects. Every speech has got different criteria: audience awareness, eye contact. So make sure that the evaluator talks about these elements. And who is responsible to highlight this evaluation sheet? The speaker. The speaker needs to give this to the evaluator. Make sure that he evaluates correctly. It's a very important aspect. Now, we live in a world of distractions, and absolutely, I can see this audience. Nobody is looking out for their phone. I can see everybody, most of them glued, which is brilliant. But, we live in a world of distraction. I request you with folded hands. When you are at a Toastmasters meeting, when somebody is giving a speech, when you are in an online meeting, turn on your cameras, because it's not a webinar. It's not a webinar. We are interacting. We are, I've come prepared. I put a lot of effort to deliver this session. So give that speaker, give that role player that respect, give that full attention, because we live in a world of distraction. Now, you see, in a 20-second reel, we tell that, okay, watch till the last. Our audience attention span is become only 8 seconds. It's absolutely necessary that we give full attention. Dress code. Now look at our club president, Renosh, how smartly he's dressed. He's carried himself well. When you dress well, it talks a lot about your self-esteem. Now, in this particular region, in Middle East at least, we wear formal. But in US, I'm sure Girija is in Chicago. In their Toastmasters, they can wear short pants because it's a different set, a different style altogether. But if you have certain standards within your club, always carry. I always say, dress like you own a bank, not you owe to the bank. So be mindful of this. It builds your self-esteem. Now, when you dress well and you come in front of an audience, you have 11 seconds to make that first impression. And you have 7 seconds to make that first impression. And in that 7 seconds, you are making 11 impressions about me. Now, if you want to find out what are those 11 impressions, I will give you this homework. Look out. What are those 11 impressions that you make in that first 7 seconds? Now, this is a sample agenda. And if you look at this agenda, there is something called as GTM, which is written before the name. I always encourage this should be written after the name, and I'll tell you why. And there is something called as TMoD. Why Toastmaster of the Day? Toastmaster of the Day is often referred as in terms of day of the week, not in terms of time. When I was the club president, I said, no, I'm going to change it. We are meeting in the evening. Let's make it Toastmaster of the evening. And then I wrote to Toastmasters International. They said, hey, buddy, hang on. The reason we are having this is the response. It's day of the week, not in terms of time. Now, why DTM should be written after the name? Now, this is a sample. DTM should always be after the name because it's an honorific, and if you see this, our international president, Radhi Spear, and this is from the Toastmasters International Magazine, it's always after the name. But TI mentioned that there is no protocol on this. It's what the club follows. I always encourage you to have it after the name because it's an educational title. It's a pinnacle of Toastmasters International educational achievement. So always after the name. avoid TM because our guests do not understand what is TM. Mr., Mrs., and whatnot, but not TM. So if you have a TM there, you need to explain what does TM stand for. Now, we started with Toastmasters pathways. Can anyone tell me what are the 5 core competencies that Toastmasters focuses on? Anyone, quickly? I can see some Toastmasters. Come on, quickly. Girija, sorry, you can also take part here. Huh? Anyone? It's okay if you make a mistake. Come on.
One is building.
Building, okay. Not really. That's fine. Okay,
No?
whoever tried. Okay, how many levels do we have?
11? Oh,
No, those are
5
parts.
levels.
We got
5
5
levels.
to have
levels. 5
5 levels, absolutely. Okay, so each level has got certain meaning. So this is few things that I would like to share. So level 1 talks about mastering fundamental, right? Level 2 talks about learning your style. So every level has got certain deliverables. So you need to understand, because this is our program, this is our platform, we need to understand this well. Okay, so it's very important. And after 5 levels, then we have now reflect the path. Now we used to have 11 paths, which is listed here. And the 5 core competencies is public speaking, interpersonal communication skill, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. These are the 5 core competencies where the whole pathways program is based on. But Toastmasters International not only gives you 5 core competency, it gives you an array of competencies. There are 300 competencies that you can build upon, and you can learn more. I will share this detail with Girija, which will be shared with all of you. So make sure you understand. So there were 11 parts. From 11 parts now, Toastmasters International has made them 6 parts now. So this is the 6th path which is listed here. So there is a change which was implemented this year. The remaining 5 have become legacy now. So very important, 5 core competencies. We got 6 paths, 5 levels. We need to understand our program very well. So look at this anatomy of Toastmasters meeting. Now, what I want to emphasize here, oftentimes I see the general evaluator. The general evaluator evaluates the speaker. Never do that. The general evaluator should give his feedback to the evaluators, because we close the loop. Everybody in Toastmasters meeting should get a feedback. Remember, advice is opinion. Feedback is information, and you always give information. You give what you have witnessed. So make sure the general evaluator gives feedback to the evaluators. These are some role player script. Reach out to your VP education, make most out of this, and prepare yourself. How many of you are wearing Toastmasters pin in today's session? Come on, show of hands, reactions. Okay, not many. Now let me tell you, one of the core values is excellence. The pin is a symbol of excellence. And in Toastmasters, there are many pins that you can wear. I've got collection of them, and I wear them like, I'm changing ties, triple crown, multiple pins, and they are good souvenirs. So I encourage you to wear this pin. And I'll tell you, if I wear this pin and I'm coming for a meeting, I feel special powers. I'm there, I'm going to give my best, fire up. And we are in a volunteer organization. We want to help each other, get the best out of each other. So make sure that you wear this pin for your meeting. Now, awards and handshake. This is another important concept. So now, again, I always call upon a volunteer, and this is an award, and I hand over. Never do this. When you're handing over an award, make sure the person who is giving the award always keeps his hand on the top, and one other hand has a handshake. If you're wearing a lovely watch like me, you can show it off and handshake and give a bright smile. Now, there is a lovely picture of me and Sham. So that's me. Sham used to look much better than 15 years back. So we don't know who is giving an award to who. So make sure that you have a lovely smile. The person receiving the award. So if I'm receiving the award, and I'm going to hold this here. So if I'm receiving the award, I need to make sure that I am bowing slightly as an act of gratitude. Don't bow too much, slight as an act of gratitude. This is very important aspect when you receive and give an award. Oftentimes, when I'm at district events, area event, the awards are not even opened. Show it off. Don't keep it in a case. They are worried that the speaker should take it back safely. Don't do that. Show your award. Make sure you smile. And if you've got multiple cameras, make sure you look in the center so you get a lovely picture. So awards are done. 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. And it is very important in Toastmasters. We have to prepare ourselves. We need to plan. And if you see, coming ahead of time doesn't require any skills. So these are something which is we can all follow. Toastmasters International Promise. Now, this was introduced, this was modified in 2016, 2017 by Mike Stocky, our international president. Now, if you want to be successful, if you want to see yourself like me presenting to a wonderful audience like you, my success was I followed this Toastmasters International Promise. And believe me, fellow members and guests, if you follow the Toastmasters Promise, there are 10 of them, you will be successful, you will achieve what you want. So this is the Toastmasters International Promise. I can share them with you. And I have to disappoint you. I'm not going to share these slides with you. So please, you have to give me your full attention here. Yeah. So I'm not going to share this slide. You have to live with this experience. Now, can anyone tell me who are these famous personalities here? Who are these actors? Anyone? Unmute. Come on.
Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Okay, good. And okay. Anything wrong with this picture? What do you see? Anything wrong with this picture? I've highlighted it.
It is what is kept on the ear doesn't go with his general thing.
Okay, so he's got an Adidas badge. He's
Adidas, yes.
and somebody's wearing a watch, yeah, the Dumbledore.
Right.
Now, why is this? You have veteran members like distinguished Toastmaster Renosh or Girija attending meetings. And the whole idea of these members to give you feedback is not to highlight that, okay, you are right, I'm the best. No, this is to get the best out of you. So be mindful of these members if they attend, right, your meetings. Did you miss me? Never leave the speaking area unattended. Absolutely critical. Always hand over control. Never leave the speaking area unattended. Very important. Now, when you are delivering speeches online, you are more visible than an offline meeting. Remember this, very important. Now, since this club is an online meeting, there are a few tips from Toastmasters International that I've put out here, so which I can share it with Girija, which these tips. So make sure you follow them. I'm not going to read them out, but it's very important. If you're attending an online meeting, join a few minutes early because you never know, your camera might not work like what happened to me today. So I had to restart my laptop. So it took almost 5 minutes. So be mindful of this. Few other tips here. So make sure you understand the platform that you're using. Zoom, there is Microsoft Teams and what other not. So be aware of this, what platform you're going to use. You can read it, you can take screenshot, timer, make sure that always when you call upon the speaker, you ask the speaker, make sure you pin the timer. So pinning the timer is absolutely critical. Try the virtual background. These are few nitty-gritties. When you're presenting, delivering online speeches are absolutely different, right? So if I'm looking at this speech, so see, this is the speaking area. So my hand should cover in the camera, inside the camera. So this is the difference that you need to be aware of. Okay, so we covered a lot. So in summary, we know the difference between stage, lectern, and podium. We know why do we applaud. We've seen how do we perform a handshake. How do we use a mic? How do we hold a mic? Introduction needs to be written, very critical. Bring manuals for the meeting. Toastmasters International has got a lovely learning management platform. So learning management system. And this is accessible on your mobiles. Make sure you log on to Toastmasters International. You make use of this. Time management is life management. If you're on time, I often say you are late. You should be ahead of time. Use the ballot, get feedback, give feedback, avoid crosstalk, respect the speaker. Core competencies, we all know we got 5 core competencies. We've seen the anatomy of Toastmasters meeting, how it all starts. Giving and receiving an award, how do we shake hands? How do we look at the camera? How do we hand over a trophy? Very important. And live the Toastmasters International Promise. It's very important. Now, I want to leave you all with this wonderful quote. 85% of your financial success is due to your ability, your personality and ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. Shockingly, only 15% is due to your technical knowledge. This was quoted by Carnegie Institute of Technology in 1914. Toastmasters started in 1924. And this quote is absolutely relevant till today. So make sure that you use this platform very well. Follow the Toastmasters International mission, right? It's a great platform where we can have fun, enjoy, and learn. This is a safe place to make mistakes and learn. Now you're all excited. We had fantastic session. We enjoyed the speaker. I felt his enthusiasm. It was brilliant. I have the recording I'm going to watch. But let me leave you with this wonderful quote by Bruce Lee. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. If you do not apply whatever you have learned in the last 25 to 30 minutes or 40 minutes, it's absolutely waste of my time as well as your time. So my heartfelt request is to apply whatever you have learned. If you want to connect with me, this is a QR code for my LinkedIn. I'm very active in LinkedIn and I would be happy to connect with you and read your testimonies about this session. Please feel free to scan this QR code. Thank you, and take pictures. I love pictures. Take part, share it with Toastmasters International. I've been featured many times as traveling Toastmasters. Share them. Be proud of Toastmasters International. It's a great organization. And for the next session, we can cover etiquette while handling a cutlery. What do you say, Girija? With this, I hand over control to our lovely Toastmaster of the day. Over to you. Thank you.
So we are ahead on time. Okay, good. Oops.
Deepak Deshpande will introduce Darsh Chadha, and then before that, we can have 10 minutes of question and answers. So there is one question that has come from Amrita Shambhu, who has asked, what is the meaning behind people giving the visiting card with 2 hands? Why do people do that? That is Amrita Shambhu has asked this question to us.
Very good question. Very good question, Amrita. So good point. So this is a culture that we follow mostly in Japan, Asia, just as a sign of respect, holding, because, when you're giving a business card, it's talking about you, you're presenting yourself, and you want to make sure that you give the best out of you. And this is a culture that is followed. So probably that's the reason that it is used. And never hand over a business card while sitting down. It's a gesture that you stand and, give business card with 2 hands. Yeah, I hope I have answered your question.
May I add something?
Sure, yes, Girija, please.
I find that in the Asian countries, this is more prevalent. In Japan, China, Korea, India, but this is not done in the US. When I attend the meetings, I find that people give it 1 hand. But the person who's receiving actually has got a lot of etiquette. He receives with both hands and he looks at it and then always makes it a point to say something about your card and then put it in. He doesn't just take the card and put it in the pocket. So that is something that I've noticed here. Thank you so much.
It's all about a culture thing, right? Like, so let's say when we say this, so this might be, perfect, everything is good, right? But in different culture, it means a lot. So absolutely. In Japan, it means money. In France, it means 0. Yeah. In Buddhism, it means like a pose, right? So different cultures see things differently. You need to give an international message when you are in front of an international audience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was wonderful. I request our Toastmaster of the day to pass the baton to our table topics master, who will be conducting the table topic session, which is also based on the same topic. Over to you, Deepak.
Girija, credit goes to you. Thank you. Thanks for having me here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Christopher Almeida. That was brilliant, and thank you. Friend, next follows an open session. This is called Table Topics. The Table Topics master is Darsh Chadha. He is the sergeant at arms of our club, a sharp mind navigating the high-stakes world of venture capital and private equity at Nippon India Mutual Fund. By day, he's busy spotting unicorns before they gallop. But come evening, the balance sheet gives way to a badminton racket or a cricket bat or quiet immersion in music. He's proof that you can be both left brain and right brain and still be thoroughly invested in life. Over to you, Darsh.
Thank you, Dr. Deepak, for that very amazing introduction. I believe you're 2 for 2 today. Great. I have a very big shoes to fill right now. Thanks to distinguished Toastmaster and our speaker today, Christopher. The energy you've brought to the room, I hope that I can follow up with similar energy, if not equal. So great. As introduced earlier, I am Darsh Chadha. So I am going to kick off with something a little different. As mentioned, this is called table topics. I personally believe that table topics are the most fun segment of any Toastmasters session. It is a light, fast-paced speaking challenge to get our creative juices flowing. Here's how it works. Once someone volunteers, and I really hope someone does, I'll throw out a question. It could be something reflective, something funny, or completely random. Your goal is to respond on the spot for just 1 to 2 minutes. It might sound scary, but I'll tell you from personal experiences that there are no wrong answers. For your response, at 1 minute, you will receive a green flag from the timer. At 1 minute 30 seconds, it will become yellow. And at 2 minutes, it will become red. Once you see the yellow sign, please start winding up. So today's theme is etiquette essentials. I'd love to see someone volunteer. So anyone who's ready to volunteer, please raise up your hands so that we can see them. Anyone? I believe we have a lot of guests here today.
Yes, please volunteer to speak. It is just freewheeling, nothing to worry. And nobody is going testing our knowledge. So it is just an expression of our personality and experience. Please come forward.
Yeah, and just to tell you, the only thing more fun than the table topics is picking someone for the table topics.
Let me speak.
Okay, I believe we have a
Jagriti
volunteer.
Gowda, who has raised hand. Yes. Good.
Great. Thank you, Jagriti, for volunteering. I would request you to please pick a number between 1 and 5 for your topic.
5.
5. Great.
Am I loud and clear?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Okay.
Okay, Jagriti, your topic for today is what's one outdated one outdated etiquette rule that you think we should bring back and why? So we have Toastmaster Jagriti with the topic, what's one outdated etiquette rule you'd like to bring back? One outdated etiquette rule, Toastmaster Jagriti.
So, one outdated etiquette which we should get back is something in our previous years, I mean, earlier years, we used to pray before our meals. And now I see we have switched to fast food and a lot of, on screen, we are sharing the meals with the screen more than our families. So I believe that etiquette of praying and giving a gratitude to the universe for the entire efforts which goes into cooking, and right from growing to our table, there is a lot of effort which has gone into that food which is now served to us. So we have forgotten that one gesture, and it was, of course, a practice in both West and Asian countries, but now it should come back, and that is where I feel it was an etiquette. It was a proper practice which was there earlier, which has gone missing nowadays. So that is one thing, and it does gives a lot of presence in our what we eat, how we eat. That will definitely reflect in our uh, state of mind as well as our physical fitness, because end of the day, what we eat, so we are.
That's great.
So
Thank you so
over to
much for
you,
sharing.
Darsh.
Thank you, Jagati. A very amazing speech, and I please hope everyone can have a round of applause.
Thank you so
As our
much.
speaker had mentioned today, it's very good and healthy to clap. Okay,
Over
I
to you,
believe
Darsh. Thank
we
you.
have a few people who volunteered already, so taking the fun out of my job today. But okay, I believe Toastmaster Philomeno Alves had volunteered. Is that right?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Toastmaster, please select a number from 1 to 4.
We'll take 3.
3. Okay, that is a very good one. So the topic is, tell us a time when someone showed you exceptional etiquette or kindness. So we have Toastmaster Philomeno with the topic, tell us a time when someone showed you exceptional etiquette, Toastmaster Philomeno Alves.
Can you repeat it again? Tell us the time you said.
Yes, you can speak about a time when someone showed you exceptional etiquette or kindness.
Yeah. Toastmaster of the day, table topic master, and our fellow Toastmasters and guests. A very good evening, or good morning, or good day, wherever you are. I'm speaking from Qatar, so it's in the evening for us. Yes, olden times, whenever we used to greet and meet, lovely handshakes, then even there were some ways of hugging, and which was very, very popular. But the onset of COVID came in, and it became, handshakes became our Indian style of namaste. And even we were trying to distance as possible. I don't know whether it's a test Almighty has put on us to find out how we adopt to the current situation. But yes, now as slowly we go back, this is one etiquette. There's another thing we follow in Middle East, especially ladies. They don't like to shake hands. Being the Arab culture and something not new or whatever it is, yes. I wish they could be more open, and it's the handshake, the touch, which makes the difference. Actually, yeah. There are many other things during olden times which were there, but we don't follow it anymore. But maybe for movement of our from our place of birth or whatever it is. But yes, there are a few things I still remember. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Philomeno, for sharing. We'll just have a great round of applause. Okay, I believe Vijay Malipu has also volunteered. Vijay Malipu, I believe you're a Toastmaster, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, great, Toastmaster Vijay. I request you to select a number between 1, 2, and 4.
4.
Okay. So slightly tricky one for you, Toastmaster Vijay. The topic for you is, if you had to make a rule book on etiquette, what would be the first rule? So we have Toastmaster Vijay. If you had to make a rule book, what would be the first rule?
Okay. So when it comes to etiquette and if there are rules, I'm sure that there's so many things that one needs to follow. For instance, we are going and attending a meeting, probably having a meeting with seniors, having a meeting with clients. The first thing that comes to my mind is you'll have to dress well. That shows a lot of things about you, about your personality, about your behavior. Uh, and this is very, very important because that is going to give you certain results. As we say, when it comes to the presentation of yourself, it's not just what you communicate. What is even more important is that what your body language speaks. What is your tonality? How your voice modulates. And one of the areas that also includes is how you dressed up yourself that demonstrate your personality. In fact, this is something that really helped me in many of the meetings that boosted my confidence. Thereby, I was able to persuade people as to what action I wanted them to take. That makes a lot of difference. In fact, because of that reason, that one of the reasons, in fact, there's a lot of research that indicated that body language is very important. And in that, like probably more than 50% of your communication depends upon that comes from the body language. In that, your dressing sense, etiquette, how you present yourself is also equally important. As I've given an example, how I impressed my boss and also the clients as well as my leadership, that helped me in jumping my career, to be very honest. And I've been working with my boss almost for the past 10 years. And in those 10 years, we have changed two organizations. And wherever he went, he picked me up. So I think this is the one of the etiquettes one should follow. It will make a whole lot of difference. I challenge you everyone next time onwards, as it's been mentioned in this one of the sessions, that how etiquettes are important, various aspects are important, dressing sense is also important. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay, for sharing. Very, very powerful insights. Okay, do we have someone else who's volunteer? Requested to please raise your hands so that we can pin you. Anyone? Guests? Gavaliers? I believe we've had a few Toastmasters. If we can have a few guests maybe now. Okay, I
Deshpande has
believe
raised
Dr.
his
Deepak
hand.
is raising his hands. Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Thank you, Dr. Deepak, for volunteering. Just a quick audio check.
Okay.
Better. Great.
So can we get the choice options?
Yes, sure. We have option number 1 and 2 remaining.
Option 1 and
2. Dr.
Okay.
Deepak, you're not
I think
audible. Can you please repeat?
I have just a minute.
He's
Yeah,
audible.
better now.
Yeah.
If I may request you, what are the options? 1 and
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Okay, so I'll go for 1.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Deshpande. So your topic is, what is one surprising etiquette rule that you've learned, either at home or in a professional setting or abroad? So just to repeat, we have
Yes, please. Yeah.
Dr. Deepak Deshpande with the topic, what is one surprising etiquette rule you've learned, either at home or abroad? One surprising etiquette rule, Dr. Deepak Deshpande.
one surprising etiquette that I've learned either at home or abroad. Well, the only surprising etiquette that I learned either at home or abroad actually isn't that I haven't learned at all. That is the surprise. Because from childhood, whatever I observed around me, whomever I respected, whomever appealed to me, I thought that was the etiquette. And that really helped me to, touch their hearts and, win their appreciation, acknowledgement, and, support and encouragement. Abroad, I thought whatever I saw was the etiquette. And also because I am into HR, we used to send a lot of professionals overseas. We used to do a lot of research. What is the how to behave overseas with clients and your colleagues and in the culture issues that we handle. A lot of that depended on whatever we found, and that was fed to us from our overseas officers and also then from the cloud. Of course, cloud wasn't there then, but from the manuals, the handbooks, we thought that's the way of life. Either way, most of it was decided by common sense, because you need to be very aware and very in time present there to see, you get to know what is working, what is not working. But I am definitely going to reflect after the meeting today. There must be something which might have made me think, oh, I miss that. But that's brilliant. You really put me on a spot. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Deepak Deshpande. Okay, great. I believe that is the time that we have. If we can just get a confirmation, I think we can move on. Thank you so much.
We can have one more topic. I think you have one topic, right? One more topic. I think there is time. So just, if there is anybody willing, then you can take it up.
Okay.
I see Nandini, Alapini. Come on. Why you all talk so well? Come on. Why don't you join? It'll be fun. Alapini, just call her.
Okay, sure. I go ahead. I'll try. Okay. Okay. Yeah. If you could just let me know the
Great.
topic.
Yeah. Thank you. Can we just have her pinned up as well? Okay. So the topic for you is the most interesting one, actually. I was really hoping someone picked it. So thank you for this. If you had to explain the importance of the words please and thank you to your 5-year-old without saying that it is good manners, how would you do it? So just to repeat, we have, I'm sorry, we've not pinned her yet.
Not pin her. She's not on video, so I cannot.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I believe she's a
You
Toastmaster.
can go
right?
ahead. She has some problem.
So,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Alpini with the topic, how do you explain please and thank you to a 5-year-old? How do you explain please and thank you to a 5-year-old? Toastmaster Alpini.
Okay, I'm glad to be first tagged at Toastmaster. I'm yet to be, but yeah, I think this forum looks like one to be. So thank you for that. And on that note, I think thank you and please via action, because these are just the words at that age. How would I say it without explaining is through actions. I think at that age they learn more through our actions than our words. And I think with everything that we do, be it a gratitude or if we are sorry about something, I think our actions, our words, our voice, our empathy, I mean, that's a big word, but I think small gestures would make them think. So I think words might not be effective, but our action would go a longer and a louder way, and they make the highest dent, I think. Yeah. So that's the way I think, and they would imbibe, I'm sure, because monkey does what monkey is shown through, right? And at that age, I'm sure they would pick that up, and that could be through a small gesture of what people around them do, right? As they say, it takes a village to raise a kid, and we need to be that village for thank you and sorry. So yeah, that's how you make them do through actions.
Thank you, Alpine. This was really great. And just to highlight once again, it is not very easy to come and take part in table topics. It takes a lot of effort. And really, thank you for participating. I really hope you
Thanks,
become a
Gus,
Toastmaster
and
soon enough, and hope to see you much
yeah,
more.
thanks, Girija, for that nudge.
Thank you. Just launching the poll. Please, all of you vote. Whom do you think was the best speaker today?
Toastmaster Girija, we have the audience have already responded, 100%
17 out of 24
response.
votes, so 22 can come in. So I just request you to be a little quick on it. And I'm just going to start the countdown. 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. 4, 4, 4, and 4. 3, 3, 3. 2, 2. And 1. That's it. So I have to stop it. 20 out of 24 participants have participated. And there is a tie between Alpini and Vijaya Malepu. I don't know if I pronounced the names well. Everybody, it was wonderful listening to you. Thank you so much for participating. You really shared it from your heart. And as Darsh said, it is not easy to participate. Thank you so much. So congratulations, Alapini and Vijay Malepu or Malepu?
Malipu.
Malepu. Okay. Thank you so much, Vijay Malepu and Alapini Deshmukh. Yes. Thank you. Congratulations and congratulations, everyone. And over to you, a presiding officer of the day.
Thank you to the table topic master. Can we give a big round of applause to our table topic master, Toastmaster Darsh? I just love the topics that he have given. If probably we had more time, I'm sure it will be much more interesting topics, especially when he took it to the etiquettes. It also made me think a few interesting responses from the table topic commentators as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Girija. Right. So before I adjourn the meeting, can we have a group photo? We had around 32, 34 people in the meeting at a point of time. So I do not want to miss out the smiles. It takes how many muscles to smile?
17.
14.
Just 14 muscles to just smile, whereas it was much more for other things. So please, let's have our cameras switched on. At least I should have 23 coming on the screen. I can see the Gaviliers. Wow, fantastic to see the Gaviliers at this point of time as well. And it's close to 10:30
We have
in
Lata
India.
Subraidu, who is actually earlier district governor for Rotary. She's also there. She's a huge supporter of our club. Whenever there is a program, she always manages to join. Thank you so much, Lata ma'am. If you can put on the video, that would be great.
Thank you so much.
Sandeep,
Guests as well.
Dr. Deepak Deshpande, please come on photograph. If you can switch on the video, that will be wonderful.
We have
Yes, Jagruti,
Toastmaster
thank you so much.
Vijay. Please switch on the camera. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take twice. Okay, so I know some of you are still switching on your camera. So here we go. Who are there on the screen? As of now, I can see around 15, 16 of them. Here we go. smile, emojis, whatever you can do. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I've taken the first one. Now another opportunity for those who have not yet switched your cameras. Okay, people are switching on the cameras. Fantastic. Can I see those faces on screen? Yes, someone switching still. Okay, here we go. Last one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Done. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Before we wind up, let me take this moment to thank our keynote speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Christopher, for that valuable insights on the etiquette. I think Toastmaster Girija, we can see a part 2 series coming up soon. I would like to see the plates till it gets finished. So probably we will look in another series. And this, in fact, is our second enrichment series. We had one previously, and this is our second one. So big round of applause to our keynote speaker today, distinguished Toastmaster Christopher. Thank you so much. And we had the winners for our table topic session today. We had Toastmaster Vijay Malapu and our guest Alapini Deshmukh. Big round of applause. And also hats off to all those who have participated. Please do follow us. You have the contact of Toastmaster Girija, which is put in the flyer as well as in the chat box. You can reach out to her to connect with us to understand when is our next meetings. In fact, you will always see our meetings as themed meetings. There are enrichment sessions which are going to come in the coming months. So please keep an eye on if you come through our WhatsApp groups or elsewhere, please connect with Toastmaster Girija. Thank you to our Sir-at-Arms, the role players of today, Toastmaster Nupur. We had the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dr. Deepak, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Darsh. Thank you, everyone. And let me adjourn meeting number 88. Thank you. I would request the guests and anyone who would like